filler screen, or because you see this like anytime I rest and I see spooky ghost stuff, this is the background. I wonder if that's supposed to have been me, if like it was related to Andra, or if it's just a filler screen and
the
I'm
other
overthinking
gods
it.
could not be moved to act. I did what had to be done without them.
Lore check, you're talking about Ingwethans.
I speak of what is forgotten. I failed that day, but my purpose was achieved in the end. I will not dredge up the memory to satisfy idle curiosity.
Gotcha, Zurin. The army that destroyed the dwarves, the eyeless, are they yours?
What the world casts aside, I take into my care. A thing may be forgotten, but it is never alone as long as I am here. They were lost children, abandoned, fixed on a purpose that no longer had meaning. I took them in, gave them new purpose. I did not create them, but yes, they are mine.
They are Abaddon's. I saw them forged.
They were his once. I won't deny it. He created them as assistants to carry out his work on Aeon.
They've got giant clubs for arms, and yet they were supposed to be blacksmith's assistants.
But he has long been the overseer of progress in the world. Leaving things behind has always been his way. I allow him to leave his past in my care, so that it does not hold him back.
You and... I'm honestly not sure how to wrap this conversation up, unless I just have to exhaust all dialogue options. You and Abaddon have a unique connection, then.
I suppose we do. But then, the gods have always been able to accomplish far greater things when working together. Speak your mind.
Intellect. You haven't given me the whole truth about the eyeless, have you?
Careful what you accuse a god of, mortal.
The water around you is suddenly icy. You feel it sap the heat from your veins. Intellect. Abaddon didn't abandon those creatures. You made him forget them. Otherwise, he might remember how he died.
And what if I did, mortal? It does him no harm to forget. On the contrary, it lifts a burden. If Abaddon remembered, it would threaten the harmony between the gods. It was not so long ago that conflict between us led to disaster in your world, and the death of one of our number. Memory is but an image we create to make sense of the present. It carries no truth or meaning but what we ascribe. A slight alteration to it is a small price to pay for peace.
But there's not peace. There's an army coming. I mean, you're just trying to hide a crime. You killed him. That's what I've understood from this so far. You called down the moon. He blocked it. Died. You were like, oh shit, wipe his memory when he comes back so he doesn't remember I oopsed. And I'm also going to take his minions too. Yeah, it's wrong to do this. I expected better from a god.
Memory deceives. It distorts. It reimagines. This is no different. The peace between the gods is already fragile. It will not withstand another shock. You may ask.
Perception. You say on one hand you had to call down Ironi Brothir, yet on the other that you would have stopped it for Abaddon.
The death of a god is a calamity. You are living in the aftermath of one such death. Surely you can understand.
But you said that sympathy can't get in the way. What about yours for Abaddon?
He deserved better. Of all the other gods, he was the only one who acted, who held to his convictions.
The goddess of relentlessness must have appreciated such a quality.
Yes. I admired him for that.
But it's more than that. You loved him. The push and pull of the current becomes long and heavy like a sigh.
Whatever he was to me, it was not meant to last. Always our duty is
So she's the goddess of relentlessness? I didn't pick up on that before this moment.
I knew he opposed what I intended. That he would wish to preserve what I meant to destroy. I knew it would cause a rift that might never be mended. But I never imagined he'd go so far. I never imagined it would mean I would never know him, as I once did.
If he doesn't remember dying, why not begin again with him?
Because it might cause him to remember.
God,
No,
that's a
mortal.
circular argument.
Better that we should exist as we are now.
Pizza is the best Thanksgiving food, White Tiger.
What happened once must never happen again. Bad enough that I am cursed to remember it.
Oh shoot, Zurin with his own lore check. Andra is the goddess of all seas and oceans who, according to legend, was in love with the moon. She's venerated by fishermen, sailors, those who live near water, and those who mourn loss, especially among the Huana.
You may ask.
I need you to call off the eyeless army.
On the contrary, mortal, their work must continue. Far too much was uncovered while they lay dormant.
They draw attention to everything you wish hidden. In my dreams, I've seen them swarming over the Deerwood.
Those who know too much of the White Forge will be washed clean from Aora, and then the eyeless shall rest once more.
This isn't some lone tribe of dwarves. The Forge sees visitors from all over now. The eyeless will tear the Deerwood apart. It will never be forgotten. The sea life around you stirs back and forth, agitated, restless.
Even if it is as you say, there is nothing that can be done.
God, you are the worst god in the history of gods.
The eyeless do not think for themselves. They have only the purpose that is given to them. They do not stop until the purpose is fulfilled. They will not change course now for me or anyone. I am sorry.
This was your doing. You must intervene.
The interventions of gods seldom work out in anyone's favor. Our touch is too heavy. The world crumbles beneath it.
White Tiger, he wasn't killing people. He was creating new forms of life. Have you seen that comic where Zeus is like checking out a cow and he's like rubbing his chin, and then in the next panel it shows a minotaur, and then it shows him checking out a horse and he's rubbing his chin, and then it shows a centaur, and then it shows him checking out like a rat, and then it shows Pikachu in the last panel.
It is why we so often enlist the help of mortals. They execute our wishes with greater care. I have done far too much already.
Oh my god. Kyoto said they could be called off before I killed him.
Only if those they pursue are no longer a threat. The raid Sarens were stopped before they could take the White Forge. In your case, Watcher, you are well beyond that now. And if what you say is true, then the Deerwood is as well.
Now, the only option I have left is, if you won't stop them, I will.
Your determination is commendable, but the eyeless number in the thousands. You will need more than strength or luck.
The help of a god would be most welcome.
I will give you what aid I can. I bade the eyeless to remain hidden when at rest. They are gathered in the hollow of a great rock, splintered from Ione Brother. It lies in a flooded crater known as Kairon's Sky. Know, too, that they were built to answer the call of their master's hammer. When they hear it strike, they come to its aid. If you were to take that piece of his hammer from here and reshape it in Abaddon's forge into a likeness of the original, you might be able to call them to you. But destroying them would be
This is a lot of mites and maybes.
I know of one way, but only from the center of the lion's den. Only with their master's hammer in your service. If you can do all this, if you can reshape what remains of Abaddon's hammer and bring it inside their lair, I can instruct you there on what you would need to do.
It would be easier if you just told me now.
Nothing I say will make sense until you see it for yourself, mortal.
I'm so glad this guy has some good dialogue options for what I'm thinking.
I will see you through it when the time comes.
Forget this, the eyeless aren't my problem, someone else can handle it. Can you imagine if, like, I click this button and it just starts rolling the credits? It's just like, well, that's the end. Not my problem. Alright, I guess we're on a quest for a hammer.
If you do not, be assured, they will come for you as they did for the Pargrunen.
Because of you, dummy.
Careful as you approach the lake. When I claimed the Eyeless, I made sure they would not be discovered while they slept. Many of my most devoted followers stand watch there. They will not allow
Are they drinking the
near.
Kool-Aid?
And there is something far worse.
So your people are going to get in my way
Something more fearsome
again.
and dangerous than any Eyeless. Let us hope you do not attract its attention.
More dangerous? You can't just add that in there casually. In place of an answer, a sudden surge in the current from beneath sends you hurtling upward. The surface above you approaches fast, shifting and glimmering like quicksilver. You emerge soaking wet on the stone floor of the reliquary, gasping for breath as if you'd been holding it in for hours. She didn't like my sass. She's like, get the fuck out of here. Judging by the distance to the nearby skull, a tremendous force severed the vertebrae from the rest of its giant body.
My eyes are peeled.
Exceptional scale armor. Strange crystal formations in this rock intact even after collision against the thick bones of this giant. Skulls seem to radiate with a warmth of their own. Okay, so this is part of the moon. So he took a bullet to the head and it broke his head clean off his neck, or he took a second hit in the neck. Oh wait, is this part of the same piece? Like it speared his head and went all the way down to his throat? Because that'll kill you. That'll do it. There is a choice like that in PoE 2. You select it in the credits roll. That leads the outskirts of the abbey. What would you like to do? Shall direct you to the foundry and Durgan's battery? What is this? There's a lot of unlabeled... There's 3 unlabeled stairwells around us. I'm gonna check these out. There was, Hold on. Let me see if it's in my Steam. Is it Dead to Darksiders? The Darkness 2. It was a very short game. It was like 6 hours long. But The Darkness 2 is a game I played, and it had an option that was like, you know, yes or no. And if you hit no, it's like, okay, and the credits roll. And if you hit yes, there was like another hour or 2 of gameplay. Okay, so that was just a quick load to the bottom of the tower. Well, shoot. All right. Back up. Alright, so there was another stairwell on the eastern side of the giant skull. I'm going to check that out before I take the one that goes back to Durgan's battery. And I'm guessing we're going to be fighting lots of eyeless going forward. Whoop-de-doo! Alright. The Hall of Presence. Oh. Wait. What? I never saw a second stairwell that led up here, did I? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna make sure this doesn't go into some hidden room in the Halls of Presence that I just never found the first time. Also, Liar Liar was a fantastic movie. Do you know why I pulled you over? Depends how long you were following me. Pops open his glove box, like, explosion of paper. Did I mention I have unpaid parking tickets? Like, at this point, I just want to be like, Dear Abaddon, you should come take a look at this. I'm at your body. Ah, it was a hidden stairwell behind the bookshelf. Got it. Okay, we're ready to take the other stairwell out of here. Imagining Andra, like, intercepting our prayers. No! Don't talk to Abaddon. You ruin all of my careful manipulations. So So I'm guessing I'm going to go to Durgan's Battery. They're going to give me the next quest update, and somewhere in there it's going to tell me where I need to go to start fighting and chipping away at this army. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, we're gonna go to probably go to the White Forge to remake the hammer. Yep, alright. Travel directly to the foundry and Durgan's Battery. It's nice of them to put that button there, because that actually saves you a couple of loading screens. A little bit of walking. Well, I don't think I need my notes anymore on the panel puzzles. I still had that open in case I needed it. Okay. Oh, that's right.
Shadows.
you like ride the little cart out. This place, the map got reset when I cleared it, and then everybody cleaned it up, and now people live here now.
I see where you're going with that. There. What did I tell you?
Let's just rest right now, and then loot those supplies. Quest Durgan Iron Ingot added to inventory. Alright. Incredible heat ripples upward from the White Forge and laps at your exposed skin. The fragment of Abaddon's hammer grows warm in your hands, as if in recognition. It is only a fraction of the size of the original, but there is metal enough to create a hammer fit for a person of your size to wield. In this forge, the fragment can be shaped anew. Recreate Abaddon's hammer. You call to mind every memory you have witnessed of the great hammer. The images coalesce and take shape in your mind's eye. You know every curve, every engraving. Even as a shapeless lump of metal, you can see the fragment for what it is meant to become. The fragment is slow to heat, even in the White Forge, and quick to cool as you work it against the anvil. Sweat drizzles down your body and puddles at your feet. Your arms grow sorer with each swing of your forge hammer until you can barely lift it. Minutes turn to hours. As Abaddon's hammer begins to take shape, the ring of your own hammer against it takes on a familiar tone, one that you have heard in your dreams. With each strike, an image flashes in your mind. It is hazy at first, but it gains detail as the hammer begins to resemble the original. Over time, the image becomes a frozen landscape centered around a crater lake. Eyeless patrol its frozen surface in droves, and this can only be the place Andra described, Kayron's Scar. The eyeless pause here and there when you strike and look up as though hearing the echo on the wind. In the distance, as more details appear, you can see other landmarks, Stalwart, Durgan's Battery, and you understand where the lake lies in the White March, where you must take the hammer. So it's marked on my map now, I'm taking it. Finally, with the careful etching of the last detail with your chisel, the hammer is completed. No sooner did you make the final mark than you feel a pure, radiant energy pulsing from within it like a mechanical heartbeat. There is an indescribable beauty to the shape and the weighting in the design. It feels as if this is the realization of the metal's purpose. You take up the hammer and its power rushes over you in waves and it shakes your body so hard you nearly drop to your knees. Ooh! The tremor passes, but the surge of power remains. The hair on your arm stands on end, and your hands is a faithful recreation of a divine instrument.
So much power is concentrated in what you now hold.
Like Witcher music?
I've heard enough.
The sounds of an argument reach you from the stairs. Darian marches into the room, arms crossed, while Wingra bounds after him.
She's right. We've got to fight together.
You also recognize a Derek following them. His shoulders are rigid and his arms are clasped in front of him. Wingra sees you and points enthusiastically.
See, Darian? He'll tell you. We can stop him!
I like Wingra. Tension crackles in the air. Darian whirls and cuts Wingra off with a chopping motion.
If he's seen them, he knows better.
What's going on?
Something killed a whole crew of hunters out in the wood. Tore them apart like dolls, insects.
His eyes flit and flicker like flies. His upper lip shines with sweat.
Something like the creatures that attacked my fort, perhaps?
I told ya! All we gotta do is get him in range of these cannons and then we blast him!
She claps her hands. Blast them.
We don't even know what they are!
I do. They're known as the Eyeless.
What's your plan for dealing with them exactly?
The Eyeless are hidden at Kayron's Scar. I'm gonna face them there. Wengra and... I combine their names. Wengra and Darien gape at each other in disbelief.
That lake's notorious! Folk never come back from that...
She breaks off, her eyes suddenly wide.
Oh!
You'll need all the help you can get.
So it's like the Loch Ness Monster in that lake, and I'm gonna make it eat the Eyeless?
But the Iron Flail stands ready. Our siege weapons are at your disposal.
The Iron Flail's like 5 dudes, because I killed all the rest.
The same ones you threw at the battery's walls? These Eyeless will come for us all if they aren't stopped here and now.
Forget it. You're not bringing your army into our backyard. Tell him.
Darien, I know you didn't just tell me what to do. We need to work together. This is no time to worry about what's past. There's
Guess you're right.
literally an army of
Won't be
Hellbeasts
anything
coming
left
toward
of
us.
Stalwart if we don't stop these monsters anyway.
He looks down at the spot his heel has ground into the grit. We'll assemble at Kayron's Scar and await your orders. Be ready, my friend. It will be a great battle. No, it's, I got a robe, like a magic robe that was insanely good stats, and I put it on one of my dwarf paladins, and that's the graphic for it. You gonna play this Star Star, or are we gonna get something new? I'm probably playing this until I finish it, Hurrytron. But yesterday a viewer gifted me Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, the complete edition with all the DLC and stuff. So that's going to be the next game after this one. I don't know if I'm going to finish this in 12 more hours, though.
You know, those heavy cannons you fixed might come in handy.
She grins, a mischievous twinkle in her eye.
Hear me out. Kayron's Scar should be just in range for those guns. You just point out your target and I'll do the rest.
If those things are on the move, we don't have much time. If you're really gonna stop them, take this. It's the best of the ore we've pulled from Stalwart's mines.
He gives you a nod.
It's not much, but it's good enough to make the old Pargrunen smiths proud.
I, Kemergod of the nerd class, heed your call, Mukluk. Are you worthy of being my master? Thank you for the 5-month resub, Kemergod.
I'm sorry. about
My
what I said
loyal
before.
subject.
Just don't take it out on the rest of the village.
I, Mukluk Reginald Bartholomew Esquire the Fourth, accept your plea. Alright, are they done talking? I hope I don't have to have this hammer in hand. You can call for the Rayed Saren's aid by using the Burning Pitch Trebuchet ability in Kayron's Scar. Mukluk was granted Burning Pitch Trebuchet. You can call upon the cannons by using Heavy Cannon Blast ability. Mukluk was granted Heavy Cannon Blast. Okay. Where are these abilities at? Maybe I can't see them unless I'm in that zone. Alright, what's the deal with this hammer? Yeah. Hopefully I don't... I'll just put it in my spare set. Oh lord, what... Game, where did you put... Oh, there it is. It put it into Kana's backpack. I was like, where's my one-hander and shield?
Got it.
Okay. But yes, for real, thank you, Kemergod, for your continued support. One more and you're gonna have the Golden Skull! The much coveted Golden Skull. I know you can't wait. Dude, I will take any one-hand weapon that gives me tanking stats. So far in this game, that's only been one-handed hatchets. Kayron's Scar. I wonder how close I am to the end of White March Part 2. I do, and Chris J. Barfield does. He's an RL friend of mine, and he is also the viewer who sent us the legendary shirt. So I think he prime subbed me like the first or second day I was an affiliate, so he was able to do it pretty quick. I think he's the only other person. Chris Hibble is worth be my arch enemy. Oh shit, those are big. That's what she said.
They stir below.
They won't see me
Terrible,
coming.
tireless servants.
Okay. Oh, we've got some level ups here. Let's do this first. Alright, lore. Invocations. 6 phrases chanted. Fill himself or herself with frantic energy, significantly increasing attack speed. Summon a swamp spore. I don't know what that is. So synced thy biting winds, O Eldneri. Devastate enemies with powerful blast of cold air that inflicts freeze damage, ignoring a large amount of DR and slows movement. Bounces through 5 targets. Unfortunately, this guy has 2 might, so his damage is terrible. So let's try this new summon. Swamp Spore. New talent. Okay. I could do Veterans Recovery, and he'd basically have like 5 healing songs on him. Let's look at defense. Plus 10 defense again. This stuff's pretty good. Let me see. Reflex. Spells of lightning. What's his fortitude, poison, disease, might and con? Hold on. What is it? Did you use Durgan's steel on your weapons at least? Hang on, let me try. White Forge. Oh, it looks like I've only got 2 refined ingots. Okay, so if I've only got 2 refined ingots, let's put it on the person who can use abilities faster if she's got faster attack speed. Thank you for that reminder, Russo. I did refine the steel, but I forgot to use it. Okay, wait. Why is she missing a ring? Where's off? Hold on. Hold on. There's a mystery afoot. Let's see. Wow, that's a lot of hoods. Alright. 9 deflection. Alright, what about deflection? It's doing nothing for her. Is she getting deflection from her hat or something? Why is she gaining no deflection from that ring? Oh, maybe it doesn't stack with the shirt. Okay. What other rings we got? Combusting wounds, suppress affliction. 10% increase area of effect. That's fair. More splash for her. 1 to dex. Con to con. I think 1 to dex might be the best belt I got for her. Yeah, alright. Okay, defenses. His fort is the lowest one. Let's give him plus 10 fortitude for his level up. Swamp spore, whatever that is. And fortitude. Okay. And the Grieving Mother leveled up. Amplified Wave. Manifests the target ally's mental strengths and projects them outward forcefully, inflicting a shockwave that causes crushing damage and knocks any in the area of effect prone. Let's get Tenuous Grasp. I like more cheap crowd control. Alright. Let's see. Offense, Savage Attack. 6 Raw. 5 accuracy, you guys dangerous implement. Alright, I think we actually need to finally get the penetrating shot. +5 to DR bypass. Slower attack speed. This slower attack speed will kind of be counteracted by the Durgan Steel that we just did. But the 5 DR bypass, you know, keeping in mind that the blunderbuss shoots like 6... It's like a shotgun. It fires a spray. It fires 6 pellets at a time. So each pellet would benefit from this. Okay.